Welcome back, folks. Uh, gonna do a tag response to a guy named SoftOtaku. He did an open tag video. He entitled "One Person's Junk." Dot dot dot. He wants to know what other people maybe. He had a video, and it was basically something that he had fished out of the garbage that was gonna get junk that he cleaned up and fixed up, and now he's putting to good use. And he wanted to know if some other people had some stuff that they had rescued from the dumpster. It reminds me of Monkey's World 1 in his dumpster dive videos. Going to the dumpster, but this is literally a case where I pulled this from the fire, so to speak. I mean, literally. First, I'm going to start off. I'm going to show you a picture of my grandfather. This is a picture of my mom with my grandfather, actually. Both of them are gone now, but I don't want to get a glare on this thing. Hold on. I don't know how close I can get it without being out of focus, but that's my granddad, and that's my mom before she had to get on steroids and gained about 100 pounds and stuff. So I thought I'd show it so we'd have some context in this video. Now, I explained in my handheld video about the storage units thing. My grandparents had some storage units. They probably had about 40, two sides, three deals with about 12 on it, and then about 4 bigger sized ones. And it's just like on like a show like Storage Wars or something, where those people, if they don't pay, they get a notice, and then if they don't come and get their shit or pay up or whatever, that stuff gets forfeited, and it can be auctioned off or whatever. My grandparents didn't go that far, but they had probably, I don't know, about 8 units that were full of stuff that they wanted to get cleaned out. And when I was on the hunt for a job, in between looking around and stuff, I was driving out to my grandparents and helping them go through these units. And basically, she was giving me gas money and a sandwich, and stuff. But it was basically like, just take anything you see that you think you can either make a buck off of or that you want. That was my way, Grandma and Grandpa's way of kind of compensating, us, for my brother-in-law included, was going out there with me, because we both happened to be job hunting at the same time. And he took a bunch of things that I don't know anything about, like air compressors and things like that needed a little bit of love or whatever, and he sold them on Craigslist or whatever. But I just said anything video game related, I want it. Outside of that, I could give a shit. If there's a few things here and there. I think I got a pellet gun and a couple other small items. I know I got a pellet gun, and I think, I don't know, some sports like aluminum baseball bats and stuff like that, but nothing too whoop-de-doo outside the video game stuff. And I haven't shown it all, but I've been kind of mixing it in, throwing it in here and there. But this is one thing that, if my grandfather was strong as an ox, worked till the day he died, didn't even know that he was that sick until a couple weeks before he passed away. And this dude would work all day long. I mean, my granddad would work his ass off, and he, was just one of those guys that he didn't really see a lot of value in what was in these storage units. He just wanted it out of there. In his opinion, it was all junk. He just wanted it out of there. And out there in the country, or at least in the county that they lived in, it's legal to have a burn pile. So my grandfather would burn just about anything. I mean, he was burning, furniture, mattresses, whatever, and then he would fish the, box springs of the, metal out of there, and that would get taken to scrapyard. Um, but it was legal to burn stuff. So one time we got out there. This is probably like the third or fourth time we had been out there, and we had been through a couple. And he goes, "Well, I'm going to open up a couple new units since we got those pretty much done." And he popped this one open, and it was pretty full of stuff. It had a lot of like hallmarky knickknacks and stuff. You could see them in those plastic kind of big tubs, and had a bunch of other kind of junk. Some of those Hallmark collectibles and stuff are like Christmas ornaments and stuff are can be worth a little bit of money. But my brother-in-law and I are looking through them and stuff. But they had a waterbed frame in there, and it was one of the bigger ones that has the underside. On the underside, it's got the drawers that slide out, and inside one of these drawers was this particular item, and it's video game related. And I was like, "Oh goddamn! I can't believe that's there. I got to get that." And my brother-in-law said, "What's that?" And I told him, and I said they're kind of a little bit rare, and he was like, "Okay, that's cool." And but anyway, my grandfather said, "Well, why don't you go down and finish clearing out that one, load that stuff into the truck. I'll grab some stuff out of here, and we'll run over to the burn pile, and we'll take 2 truckloads, and we'll go to the burn pile." And I was like, "All right." Well, my grandfather, my doesn't give a shit. He's tossing the shit into the truck by himself, and my brother-in-law go down probably, I don't know, 50 yards to this other one, probably about 8-10 units down, and are loading up some stuff. But we're being more, what's the word I'm looking for, meticulous about going through the stuff, because we are deciding whether or not we can make a buck off of it or whatever. And anyway, we get the truck loaded, and we start heading heading around the side, and head back up toward the burn pile. Burn pile's on their property, but it's probably a tenth of a mile, not even a quarter mile away. And I noticed when I turned the corner that my grandfather had already loaded that truck and was over at the burn pile. And we get over there. I back my truck up to the pile. My grandfather's got his truck backed up. He's chucking stuff into the fire. Well, he had loaded up this waterbed frame, or at least part of it, and those drawers. And he didn't go through the drawers at all. He was just chucking the whole drawer with everything in it into a big fucking bonfire, a big burn pile bonfire. And my brother-in-law and I got out of the truck, and I took the tailgate down. I think we were pulling off like a small, like, recliner or something that we were going to throw on this pile. And I look over there, and my grandpa's got that drawer that's got this in it, and he's getting ready to throw it on the fire. And I go, "Oh fuck!" And my brother-in-law goes, "What?" I go, "Go grab that. He's getting ready to toss it on the fire." My brother-in-law went over and literally grabbed the wires that were hooked to it as my grandfather was getting ready to toss it, and pulled it out of the drawer. And the rest of the shit went in the fire. And luckily, some of the stuff had fallen out or wasn't in that drawer. It was still in the storage unit. Went back up there and got the rest of it. But I'll go ahead and show you what I got. And I was kind of surprised. But this literally almost went up in flames. And it just, my grandfather didn't know any better. I mean, to him it was just bullshit. It looked like a kid's toy, or, it didn't matter, But anyway, I've drug it out long enough. I'll go ahead and show you what we got here. What I pulled from the flames of destiny, so to speak. It's still kind of a little bit dirty. Um, was this a Pikachu Nintendo 64? uh, and still got the sticker on the back and everything. This is obviously was a kid's because they didn't upgrade the ROM, and it still got the sticker on the ROM on the jumper, so they didn't even pull that off. Not ROM, RAM thing or whatever. But I think I have an extra one. I might not, but they're not that expensive to get one. But his little foot's the reset button, and this is the power button here. But literally, here's what was attached to it. The plug-in was attached to it, and you know how these snap in. If this wasn't snapped in, and when my brother-in-law grabbed it, this would have went in the fire. I mean, because when he grabbed it, it was snapped in enough to where he could pull it, and this was too, but this would have just pulled loose, and that's the audio-visual cables for it. But it was like that, but he grabbed this, but, see how that just pulled loose like that? But this wouldn't pull loose, so thanks to that and my brother-in-law's quick action, we spared this from a inferno, a fucking inferno of waterbed and old furniture burning. And it does work. Also, it does have the controller. The Pikachu controller that goes with it. It didn't have the box, but it had it pretty much everything else. The controller, the stick is still nice. I mean, it's not flopping around or screwed up. It had this memory card in it, which I can't even pop out. There we go. Had that memory card in it, just as it does right now. And this was also with it. I don't know if this came with it or not. It very well may have. I don't know because I don't have the box. But it came with the Hey You Pikachu game. At least this was with it. And the microphone thing. The only thing this doesn't have is the little plastic dealie that lets you hook it to the controller, which I had gotten this one a while back, you may remember, and I did a little bit of gameplay on it, and the box was a little boogered here, but it had all the pieces anyway, so I think I'll show you the one part that it's missing. It's missing this thing, which snaps around the controller to hold the microphone right there, the clip. That's the only thing that it was missing. Other than that, it had the game, the mic, the Pikachu controller, and the system itself, and it's pretty damn sweet. I mean, I found some other things too, and we'll get to those some other day, not in this vid, but my grandfather would have chucked it, and it makes me wonder what else he may have burned that we weren't there for. I mean, really, it does. But I love my grandfather. It makes me smile even thinking about that. Anyway, folks, quick vid, not so quick. It's like 15 minutes long. Gonna sign off. We'll try to do some other kind of randomish video in a few days. I do, like I said, I think I said in another video, I unearthed all those video game characters and action figures and stuff that I have. So I am gonna try to maybe I'll divide it up and do like a Star Wars action figure collection, because that's probably the majority, not majority, but about half of the whole collection, and then do the rest of the stuff in a separate collection. So might do it like that. Try a better idea. So anyway, Thanks for coming by. Love your family. And just enjoy life. And if you want to do a tag response, do it to SoftOtaku. I will post his channel information and the video information in my little blurb down below. And I'll talk to y'all later. SoftOtaku, or it could be SoftOtaku. I don't know which one. I'm sure he'll correct me. My battery is fucking dying again in this video. Hold on.